You called in, so are you on a smartphone, sir?
Yes, sir.
Did you upload the Zoom app on your phone?
Yes.
I don't know what happened here.
I can see myself, but I can't see y'all.
Well, you got to push the video button or something on there. Do you see an icon that says? Do you see an icon that says start video? I don't believe he's going to see that icon, because if he did, I would see it on my screen.
Gotcha.
Mr. Gross, Mr. Gross,
yes.
you're gonna have to figure that out. Either way, if we have to, we'll try to figure that out on trial day. But I hope you can figure that out before then. September 8th at 9 a.m. You're expected to be back.
Okay.
All right, very well. If there's nothing further, have a great day, sir.
You too.
All right.
May I speak, John?
Yeah, who's speaking that? That's Mr. on the Galaxy A21?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Earlier. Martin.
Oh, Mr. Langford. We thought we were, all right.
My phone died. I apologize.
All right.
And I was.
We'll deal with it. Let me call right now. Let me call Carlos Latham. Get Mr. Langford's file, please. He was here. We were wondering. We realized, sir, that you had problems with we figured that you had problems with your device, so we weren't gonna put the warrant out just yet.
I appreciate it.
All right. Let's go with Latham.
Yes, Judge. I'm right here.
Well, you got a whole lot of stuff going on here, Mr. Latham.
Pardon me, sir.
You got a whole lot of stuff going on here, sir. A whole lot. So let's call the case, and all these cases have warrants on them, Madam Barrett. Let's first start. Well, the two. Okay, so I have a DeCarlos Marquise Latham, and I have a Carlos and Tony D. Latham. Are all those you, sir? Well, this may not be you.
I guess, sir.
This may not be. Let me hold on. Let me make sure I'm correct. And you got somebody that's making you look bad, Mr. Latham. All right, let's go back. So I stand to be corrected. You don't have as much as I thought you did. You have 3 cases. So let's call the cases. This is Carlos Marquise Latham, case number
Yes, sir.
SP 1159779, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Latham, you don't go by the name of DeMario Anthony Lee Latham, do you?
No, that's my father.
Okay, there you go. So he needs to come check in with us to see if he wants to get his matter cleared up. I'm glad you're here, sir. So based on the offer that I have here, it is pleading to 1 count of.
Get it corrected.
Hello? Mr. Latham,
Yes, Judge.
are you talking to somebody else while you're in court?
I'm talking to you, Judge.
Huh?
I was speaking
Hello?
to you. I was making sure that you could hear me.
Okay. So I have pleading to one count of failure to display a valid driver's license. That's a misdemeanor. It is a 0-point offense, but it does abstract to the Secretary of State. I'll fine you $240 in that matter, and I'll dismiss the other two matters. I will ask you, do you have insurance or a plate, Mr. Latham?
Yeah. Yes, Judge. I have my registration.
You're breaking up pretty. You're breaking up pretty bad, sir.
I'm not in the vehicle.
You're breaking up pretty bad.
I have the proof that.
Mr. Latham,
Yeah.
let me make a suggestion to you. Turn off your video, please, because I don't see your face anyway. Turn off your video.
Judge.
Is he signing under two devices? Now you have to turn your video off. You're breaking up.
I'm trying.
You're gonna have to find yourself a new device then, because it's breaking up bad. I can't understand anything you're saying, sir. I tried, if you turn your video off, that might help you streaming better to talk. All right, I think he's trying to hang up and maybe try to recall in. All right. Mr. Langford. All right, let's go to Mr. Langford. This was a not 8 a.m. case, an 8:30 case. So you may not have the information on Mr. Langford, Ms. Barrett, but yeah, you're going to have to get another device, Mr. You're going to have to get another device, Mr. Latham, because it's not. I'm not comprehending anything you're saying. I'm going to go to the next case until you get your stuff straightened out. This is the City of Detroit versus Martin Clifton Langford, case numbers SP 1154262, counts 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Langford, there's an offer in the file here to plead to the failure to display a valid driver's license. That's a 0-point offense. It is a misdemeanor, and it will abstract to the Secretary of State, and the other two matters will be dismissed. We'll set aside the defaults. I don't know why these matters are in default, but they are. And you're here. It seems like you set a timely court date for the operator's license. So based on that, we'll set aside the defaults, but those cases will be dismissed, sir. You can take the matter to trial, you can take the deal, and you can speak to Mrs. Barrett on the line about to help you make an informed decision. What would you like to do, sir? Your phone is muted.
How you doing?
Very well.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
What would you like to do, sir?
Yes, I have the deal. I actually have my license right here.
Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
All right, run his license, please. Mr. Martin Clifton Langford. Here, I can give you the ticket.
Let me see if I can see, you can see my face too.
That's good. If you, we'll see if it's valid or not. That might not be worth the paper it's printed on, Mr. Langford.
Oh, you talking about because you got to see it through the thing, but it's valid.
I'm going to see if it's valid. I'm going to check with the Secretary of State right now and see if it's valid.
Oh, okay, understood.
If it's valid, what are you going to offer?
And it's just
It's a failure to display and a stop sign ticket and a.
lacking,
All right.
just those two.
No, he's got a no proof of insurance, civil infraction.
Yeah, no, that's automatic. No, I don't get those points.
Yeah, what's it, blocking, if he got a license.
Yeah, but remember, on civil practice, no proof.
I don't think so, I looked that up the other day.
You think it's four,
I think it's both 0 points.
but it's after.
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright. Valid enhanced, that's the NCL, right?
You go back, hey,
Okay, so based on that, you do have a good license, sir. We'll try to help you keep it that way. We'll amend the failure to turn. It's not a traffic, it's not a, whatchamacallit, it's a failure to turn. We'll amend that to blocking traffic, $175. Will you take that deal, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, raise your right hand, please, Mr. Langford. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Langford, do you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're gonna give up that right to a trial?
Yes.
And, has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
Okay, let me draw your attention to January 14, 2021 at 11:32 a.m. in the city of Detroit. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day, sir?
Yes.
And on that day, were you pulled over because you failed to signal on a turn or leaving curb? Or you failed to signal when you turned, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you got that ticket because in fact you did fail to signal when you turn, right?
That's it, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea to the amended count of blocking traffic. I'm gonna fine you $175 with the stipulation of probable cause, counselor. I'm gonna dismiss the other two matters.
So stipulated.
Okay, so Mr. Langford, when can you pay to close this matter out?
I can come down tomorrow and close it out, sir.
All right, I'm gonna let you, just for the purposes of this computer, I'm gonna put in here that you're going to have until August the 2nd to pay. Hopefully you get this matter closed out tomorrow, 2021. Pay by August 2nd, 2021. But if you can't get it done, then you need to make sure it's done by August 2nd, 2021, so that you can keep this offer and you can get this matter closed out.
No problem.
Pardon me?
No problem.
All right, if there's nothing further, sir, I'm glad you returned. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, thanks.
All right. Mr. Latham, did you get your device figured out?
Yes, Judge.
I don't think so.
Me too.
Go ahead again, try it again. Mr. Latham?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, that's better. Where were we? I don't know.
Can you hear me, Judge?
Yeah, you all hanging at starters?
Yes.
You didn't drive there, did you?
No, sir.
All right, all right. Where were we on Mr. Latham? So you want to set a trial date? Is that what you talked to him about, or not, Mrs. Burr? What was?
I was trying to.
I didn't talk
Can
to
I
him.
say something, Judge?
I didn't
Go
get a
ahead.
chance to talk to him.
Do you want to talk to the lawyer, Mr. Latham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
I
just to give
couldn't
you,
hear you, so I want to explain what had happened and what was. Because
I know
I have my papers right here.
I'm gonna let you give that explanation to the lawyer and let her do the talking for you, okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, but the offer as it stands right now is failure to display and dismiss the other 2 counts. That's all I saw that he had in the computer. Talk to Mrs. Barrett, and then we'll hear what goes on, and she'll let you know how the best way you probably should proceed. All right.
Yes, Judge.
All right, join that room, sir. Let's go with Mr. Little. Let's go with Mr. Little. Let's see. This is the City of Detroit versus Ronald Darnell Little, case number SP 11611280, counts 1 and counts 2. Okay, Mr. Little, I see you were only charged with driving unregistered or untitled vehicle and improper plate. Let's keep it very simple. Mr. Little, hit *6 for me, please.
Yes.
Mr. Little, let's keep it very simple with just a yes or a no answer. Did you have a plate or was the vehicle registered at the time, sir?
No, sir.
What about if he has a plate now on council?
Yes, I do have it now.
You got a plate now, sir? How are
Yes,
we going to
sir.
verify that with you calling in and not on Zoom?
Because this is what the officer told me. I thought I had a court date. That's why I came down to 36th district.
Are you outside the court right now?
I just rode. I rode off. I went to Belle Isle. I mean, I could come back if I need to.
Hey, man, you hanging at Belle Isle and you're supposed to be in the court.
No, the man told me to. It was so hot out there. I just tried to find somewhere to so I can get the Zoom through it. I'm new to this. I mean, he told me that, I wasn't going to court today. I came down there, I paid for parking and everything.
No, he said what?
What else you do? Yeah.
He only has unregistered, untitled, and improper plates. Do you have a driver's license, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna kick the case. All right, this time we're gonna dismiss both the cases.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if there's please keep your paperwork together, Mr. Little.
I will.
I know that insurance is kind of ridiculous, but we gotta pay if we want it. We gotta pay. Like my uncle used to say, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss, and you up there flossing in a big time Mercedes and stuff, and hanging at Belle Isle, you gotta keep the insurance and your paperwork with you.
And she was right about that.
All right. If there's nothing further, sir, you're free to leave.
All right, thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Mrs. Lawrence, let's see what Mrs. Lawrence has going on. Okay. Oh, yeah, Mrs. Lawrence, are you there?
Yes.
All right, so I already know what's going on with you. You got, this is the City of Detroit versus Deshana.
Yes.
Christina Victoria Lawrence. And case number is SP 1199180, counts 1 and counts 2. and SP 1199187 counts 1 and counts 2. So, Ms. Lawrence, based on just the nature of the first allegation, which is speeding, 21 miles an hour over the speed limit, then I already know what my courtroom prosecutor is going to say. Plus, you got a little more serious allegation here, and that is violation of a restricted license. So you got a little hurdle to jump there, Mrs. Lawrence, based on the nature of the allegations. And I think the only way that you can get around that violation of a restricted license is to have something that does not abstract to the Secretary of State. But be that as it may, you are going to be, before an offer is, wait a minute. Yeah, well, there is an offer in the file, but the offer is going to require you to take the Michigan Defensive Driving course. And that offer is leading to 65 and a 55. That's a limited access. That is a 1-point offense. So that offense is going to be abstractable by the Secretary of State. It's going to be dismissing the unregistered, untitled, and I guess the violation of the restricted license is under a state matter. So that's not encompassed in this offer, but I'd be inclined to dismiss that matter. I don't know, Mrs. Barrett, does that matter, even though even if that matter gets dismissed, will she still have a problem? I guess she won't have a problem with the operating a vehicle outside of restriction if that matter gets dismissed, because they won't know that that she was operating outside of that restriction. Is that true or not? Or do you know?
That would be my belief.
So you're not. Oh, so she's got.
When did she get the ticket?
Huh?
When did she get it?
She got these.
Is this a show cause or?
No, this is.
She got a first arraignment on bench one or arraignment?
Well, this is a schedule for a hearing. Okay. The misdemeanors are scheduled for a hearing on 11/22. Let me say this: the civil infraction is scheduled for a hearing. Oh, she's not supposed to be here until 11/22 anyway.
No, it's not. No, she's missing a court date.
No, okay, so she's not gonna, so even if they get that dismissed, then
They would never see it. The only time they see it, while going through the process, is they miss a court date.
all right, so here's the deal, Mrs. Lawrence. You ready for this?
Yes.
Let me see your face, ma'am. All right, Mrs. Lawrence, based on the nature of the allegation of the speeding, you got, they want, before he gives you this offer, they want you to take the Michigan Defensive Driving course. I'll put that in the chat for you to see it. And you can write that information down if you want to take it. You're not obligated to take it, but if you don't take it, then you don't get the benefit of an offer. Your other option would be to set the matter for a trial now, and we can give you a trial date. If the officer has to come in and find you guilty, he has to prove you guilty by beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay? He has to show evidence that you have done what he alleges that you have done. So I'll give you till September 8th to finish the class if you choose to do that. And then if you, I'm hoping that you come with, what I'm going to ask you is to bring some substance to the courtroom based on what you learned if you do chose to take that class. And I'm thinking that if you, the more substance you bring, And the more dialogue you bring to the court, the offer could potentially get better. But the whole thing is first of all, you don't, I don't know what your driving record looks like, but you're going 21 to 25 miles over the speed limit on the top street. And then, you know, you want to try to avoid as many points as you can. So I would suggest you bring, if you want to take that course, you bring some substance with you, take this course seriously, and then you convince my courtroom prosecutor that you're worthy of something better than what he's put down.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying, ma'am?
Yes.
So what would you like to do? Ms. Lauren,
Take the class.
you want to take the class?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to write you down for Michigan defensive driving. Did you get that information in the chat, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. You seriously don't need any points. You're not even 21 years old, are you? So you need to take this class seriously and bring something to the table. I'm going to give you till September 8th, 2021 at 8:30 to complete that class, okay? You there, ma'am?
Bless your throat.
September 8th, 2021. Okay. What about Mr. Latham? What did we get? What kind of,
He wants to do the plea.
he wants to do the plea? Okay. All right, Mr. Latham, are you there? You have to unmute yourself,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, we're recalling the case of Mr. DeCarlos Latham. I believe we called the cases already.
Yes, we did, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Latham, it's my understanding you had an opportunity to speak with the attorney, and it's my understanding that you would like to avail yourself to the offer of one count of failure to display and dismissing the other two matters. I'm applying you $240 for that, and I'll give you an opportunity to pay. Is that your choice, sir?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Put your video back on, sir, please.
I'm Judge.
All right. I need to see you. I need to see you. We need to swear you in, sir.
Can you see me? Can you see me now?
Let's see. I can hear you now. No, you got to start your video.
It's on. My video is on.
No, it's not. I see the icon here is saying it is not on. Maybe we're getting a delay. Icon here, it says it's not on yet. All right, now it says it's on. You got bad connection. Raise your right hand, Mr. Latham. Is your hand raised, sir?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, turn your video back off, sir, see if we can get a better connection. Mr. Latham, do you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by taking this offer, you're going to give up that right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what I stated in the record?
No, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Latham, let me draw your attention to February 1st, 2021 at around 12:55 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of 7 Mile and Braille. Did you have an occasion to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day, sir?
Yes, sir.
And on that date, were you asked to produce a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir. After I was out of my vehicle, but yes, sir.
And you couldn't do so, could you, sir?
No, sir. I stated him my ID.
Okay, and why couldn't you produce a valid driver's license, sir?
I don't have a driver's license, sir. And my
Sir?
judge, Miss Langston, can you hear me, Judge?
Yeah.
I said my judge, Miss Langston, I had my license suspended. I was supposed to be I'm trying to put in an appeal to get my license back. So I haven't been driving. And the vehicle that I got pulled over in is no longer drivable because someone crashed into it. So I have the registration, my title and everything, but the vehicle is not moving. It's crashed.
Okay, well, what does Judge Langston say about your license? What did she say?
She told me to stop driving, and I stopped driving. But on that particular day, I just went to the gas station to try to go and get Tylenol. But
So you didn't stop driving then?
Yeah, I haven't been driving.
No. Go back to what you said. I'm asking you, what did Judge Langston say to you? You said that she said for you to stop driving. And then you said, but on this particular day, you had to just go to the store for something. Is that after she told you to stop driving?
Yes, sir. I was going to get
so
Tylenol.
you didn't stop driving then?
Yes, sir.
So what do you want
I
me to
haven't
do?
been driving. I just want you to work with me, and I could try to pay my other thing off when I can, if you give me time.
I'm gonna give you time to pay, but I was trying to give you an opportunity to put up if you entered into an agreement with Judge Langston, then I was trying to hear that agreement and I would have honored that agreement. But you told me that you didn't even live up to your end of the bargain.
I did, but it was a particular moment, sir, in my life. I was sick and I needed a pain. I needed a Tylenol for my health.
Mr. Langston, you gotta listen to me, sir. You have to, if you enter into an agreement, you have to live up to your particular end of the bargain. And you say you did, but you didn't. And you didn't because you said she told you not to drive, but yet you drove anyway, and now you're providing an excuse for why you drove. And basically, you just didn't do your end of the bargain. I mean, that's plain and simple. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Judge.
So it's not really the end of the world, because I don't even know what Miss Judge Langston and you agreed to do if you didn't get caught driving again, but you got caught driving again.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so do you want this deal or not?
Yes.
I can give you a trial date, sir, and you can see if you can do better at trial. I can do that. You may do better. You may do the same. But if you want to resolve it today, I'm going to fine you $240. You've already established a factual basis, and I'll give you time to pay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, but in the future, Mr. Latham, you just gotta understand. You don't sound like a bad guy at all, right? But you gotta understand, when you enter into an agreement with somebody, it's either you make the agreement, it's either you're gonna live up to the agreement or you're not. And a lot of people,
yes, sir.
A lot of times you have a valid excuse, But in this particular instance, of course you say you needed to get some pain pills, and let's accept all of that is true. Let's accept that you were in, you got a broken leg or something, and you needed to stop the pain. That still doesn't negate the fact that you didn't live up to your part of the agreement that you entered into. You understand?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So, Mr. Latham, I told you I'd give you some time to pay. I'm going to live up to that agreement that I entered into with you before you entered into this one. How much time do you need, sir?
Okay. How much is the payment?
$240. Now, I want to first make.
Can I have like?
Let me first make sure you understand what's going on, right? You understand that you're pleading to this to resolve the case. You'll plead to the one count of failure to display, and you will dismiss. I'll dismiss the other two counts. Now, let me ask you this, sir. Did you have valid insurance on that day?
No, sir. I was waiting on my appointment at the Secretary of State. That's
All
how
right.
I was able to get my registration to get licensed. I mean, the insurance.
Did you get insurance after that matter? Did you ever get insurance after you got this ticket, sir? His device is I'm trying to see what I can do for you. Your device is still acting up a little bit, Mr. Lake. If he had valid insurance afterward, would you consider giving him something that's non-abstractable? All right. If he gets back, all right, he needs to get his device together. All right, I have Mrs. Kayonda Lyles.
Yes.
Why have I seen that name before?
I actually just called in today.
And were you here before, Miss Lyles?
No.
All right, can you turn your video on, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Lyles, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Did you hear the discussion I had with Mr. Latham?
Yes.
And did you understand where I was going with that, ma'am?
Yes.
So you know that when you enter into an agreement with someone, you may have an excuse, and that excuse you may have a legal excuse to break that agreement. But if you don't provide a legal excuse for that, then all of the rest of it is just an excuse, unless somebody is willing to hear that. So this is the City of Detroit versus Kayonda Datrice Lyles, case number SP 9927851. Mrs. Lyle, it appears to me that you are the type of person that will eventually do what you need to do as far as your obligation is concerned. And the reason why I say that, let me make sure that I'm speaking correctly. 5'8", 5'8", 5'8", and 5'8". Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a little lecture too, Miss Lyle, and hopefully that you can take this information and live by it. Teach your kids this information when you have them. Do you have kids now, ma'am?
No, sir.
Are you in school, ma'am?
Yes.
And where do you go to school?
Academy of Art University in San Francisco, California.
Okay, and what are you studying, ma'am?
Fashion merchandising.
Are you zooming in from San Francisco, California?
No, I'm on campus.
You're where?
I'm on campus
And where's on campus?
in San Francisco, California.
So you're zooming in from San
Oh, well,
Francisco?
yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking me if I was zooming in for school.
And she's zooming in from Miss Barrett. She's zooming in from San Francisco, California. She didn't ask this court to leave this permission to leave the state. You know, what should we do with Mrs. Lyle?
Well, since she's in school,
Yeah.
that.
All right. So, Ms. Lyles, the first education I'm going to give you is if you have a misdemeanor charge, then you're considered to be on bond. I guess if Ms. Lyles never did get arraigned on this court date, then she doesn't have an obligation to be in the state of Michigan. Am I correct in saying that, Mrs. Barrett?
I would agree.
So after the arraignment, so I'll give you that, Ms. Lyles. You didn't know that you didn't know that being on bond for a misdemeanor requires you to stay in the state unless you have permission to leave the state. But that's the first lesson. But since you weren't arraigned, you never were apprised of the charges that you had. There's no bond that's state yet. It's just an allegation. It's actually a warrant, which it would be a warrant, but in these times they don't give warrants for these minor offenses, which is good. But the biggest thing is to first exercise your right to remain silent. The beauty of our legal system is that you always have the right to remain silent. So when you're accused of this matter, like you're accused of now, the burden is all on the people to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you don't have to say anything. They have to come up with it's their burden to meet. That is the real beauty of our criminal justice system. And nobody can use your silence against you. However, on the flip side of that, they go further and say, whatever you say can and will be used against you. So, and the and will be used against you is another very important element in our legal justice system, because as soon as you start to give Mr. Latham, he's listening, as soon as you start to give an explanation and you start to talking, then the next thing you know, whatever you're saying, that person, whether it be a police officer, whether it be a jury or whatever, they're likely taking in everything you're saying and documenting that down. And they're going to try to use, the people are going to use everything that you say against you. So I want to run a clinic at some point to teach young people the importance and, first of all, the decorum of the court, the procedure of the court. But I can't stress enough to young people how important that right to remain silent is, because a lot of times, and I know Ms. Barrett has been practicing law even longer than I have. I got Mr. Goss here. I have a court clerk here is very familiar with the law. A lot of times people always want to explain themselves out of a situation, and they think that they can talk. And if the police have stopped you, or if the police are questioning you, they're questioning you about something that they're looking to charge you with. And if you don't say anything, what they tell me, an old lawyer told me, if you don't talk, you just might walk. But as soon as you start talking, whether you're guilty or innocent, if you're giving them information that even closely relates to what they're talking about, they're going to try to use that against you. So keep that in mind. I go on about that tangent to just say that Mrs. Lyles, what you did do is honorable in the sense that you're trying to take care of your matters, and I see that you pled guilty to, not guilty because it's not a misdemeanor, it's a civil infraction for disregarding the traffic control device, and you paid that ticket. So when you do that, you automatically accept all the responsibility that comes with paying that ticket. So I don't care if you actually ran the red light. You may be guilty of sin, and you probably know that you did. You always use the justice system to your advantage, because likely when you come into my court, I got a very reasonable city attorney here. He'll look at that traffic control device. He'll look at your no insurance proof and expired plates and driver's license. He'll say, listen, let's fashion something for her so that she doesn't get the points on her license. Because you're young, we don't want you to sign up for points. We understand how much insurance costs. I don't know what insurance costs in California, but I know in Michigan, it is just the highest in the country. So we try to fashion something for you. But based on the fact that you paid those tickets, I will say this. You got these tickets back in May 8th of 2019. I'm going to dismiss.
No, you can. I was going to ask, help with the points.
You can do that.
Not 2019.
You can do that.
No.
So let me ask you this. Now is the time to talk, and I'm only saying that because I already know what I'm going to do with this case. Where have you been, Mrs. Lyles?
In school. And whenever
So
I come back to the city to like visit my family or something like that, I always try to pay whatever, or resolve any issues that I have currently in the city.
Okay. So when did you start school?
I started school in, I started late because I graduated, fall of 2019.
You graduated the fall of 2019 high school?
No, I graduated in the spring of 2019 from high school, and I started college fall of 2019.
Okay, so you got these tickets shortly after you
Graduated high school.
And then what did you do after that point about the tickets?
I tried to resolve them because I was working at the time, so I'm not 100% sure when I actually paid the ticket, but I did try to pay the ticket moving forward.
I know when you paid the ticket, you paid one ticket, 6/18/2020. I'm not so much concerned about when you paid the ticket. I'm concerned about what led up to it being so long on why you took care of the matter. And I get the gist of it. I get the gist that you graduated from high school. After you graduated, or right around that time, you got these tickets. Did you set a court date at that time, ma'am?
I wasn't aware of the fact that I had a court date after the tickets. So we were in the middle of moving, so I really didn't understand the how the court process went. So I didn't attend the court dates. But my dad told me about the how to look up to see if I had tickets. And I looked and I saw I had current tickets, but I didn't know until this year that I actually had a warrant that was current. So whenever problems arrive, I try to deal with them as I see fit.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to allow Mrs. Barrett to do her job and make a motion, Mrs. Barrett. What we'll do is allow her to make a motion to set aside let's see. She has a let's look up that no proof of insurance right now. She has a no proof of insurance, an expired plate, and a disregarding a traffic control device.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If a motion is placed on record.
Yes. Well, what I don't want to do is, she's already paid. She's already paid all 3 of those matters.
Okay, this,
So let's see.
let's make them non-accurate, no points. Dismiss what came.
All right. I think Mrs. Barrett knows where I'm going with this. Do you understand where I'm going with this, Ms. Barrett?
I think I do. I just need to hear the charges.
Let me, no proof of insurance. Let me see how that is taken about. So, Mrs. Lyles, are you any relation to the Lyles that owns the Turkey Grill?
No,
Oh, okay. His last name is Lyles too. You've been to the Turkey Grill, haven't you?
I know I don't eat meat.
Oh, well, you saved more for me then.
I know, right?
All right. Let's see here. So, no proof of insurance, civil infraction. It may suspend for 30 days, so it does provide that abstraction. Yes, okay. So what we'll do, and how much did you pay for that? You paid $240. So what we'll do is we will, so here it is, Mrs. Barrett. She's got disregarding a traffic control device. She's got a no proof of insurance. She's got an expired plate, which I'm not even gonna ask her why she was on the road with all of that stuff. But be that as it may, she just graduated from high school when she got these matters, and she's here today and has paid a significant amount of money and is here today to clear up the rest of the matters. So let me see what expired plates does. That is not abstract. That's just a fine, so we'll leave that one alone. Okay, so how about, do you have a license, ma'am? Or did you have a license previous?
Yes.
How about we do this? How about we based on Mrs. Barrett's advocacy on your behalf, we'll see if we can set aside the guilty plea. Well, and then if that motion is granted, we will offer you what? Well, go ahead.
It's inappropriate for you to go any further about that motion, but you could do for a closed matter.
So, Ms. Barrett, put your appearance on the record, please.
Good afternoon, Melita Baird on behalf of, have her name. Is it?
Keonda Lyles.
Yeah.
All right. Mrs. Barrett, I'm gonna allow you to do your job.
Well, Judge, we make a motion that she be able to withdraw her plea, and it's my understanding she's going to admit responsibility on expired plates. Is that it?
All right, so based on your motion, I'm gonna grant your motion to withdraw your responsible pleas to the disregard and traffic control device and the insurance note proof. And the basis for my granting that motion is going to be because Mrs. Lyles was not represented at the time when she entered into those agreements by counsel, and I am going to allow her an opportunity to relitigate those matters because she now has the benefit of counsel. So, based on that, I set aside those responsible pleas.
Misdemeanor, is that a civil infraction for the motion?
So it was 4 charges at one stop, and that's a license improper, expired plate, no insurance proof, and disregarding their traffic control device.
So no insurance proof, was that civil or misdemeanor?
All of those were all 3 civil infractions because she was able to pay those.
All right, how about we do the, dismiss that one, because that's the one that abstracts, like Haiti and the other one. And the misdemeanor, why don't we just do that in proper place also? And let her, whatever the amount that she.
No, let's give her an allowing an unlicensed person to drive
That's right.
or dismiss it altogether.
But you try to keep the money, he's already in the system, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to her getting money back. She's in school.
Okay, then, dismiss the insurance and the misdemeanor and redo blockade.
And while I'm at it, pull Mrs. Lyles' driving record. Let's see where she's at on that. What's your driving record look like, Miss Lyles?
Currently,
Let's get this. Now it's time to be straight up.
right now I am resolving a matter that when the previous time I was in Detroit, I was pulled over in Grand Rapids. I took care of all those tickets, well, the tickets that are paid, and
I'm talking about overall. What type of drive am I going to see when I see this? How many pages is this driving record going to be?
I actually just got that in the mail. I want to say maybe 2 or 3. But
and I'm going to say to you that you're only
20.
You're my son's age. You're just a little bit younger than my son, and your driving record shouldn't be 2 or 3 pages.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes.
I want you to be more cognizant of what's going on out there on the road. It is, well, they call it a privilege to drive. If it were asked me, I would think it would be a right, but it is a privilege to drive the way the law stands right now. And she has 2.5 pages. So, I think most of it is because of the failure to appear. All right. I don't have a problem with giving you an opportunity to redeem yourself today. So what we'll do, I will fine you if you want to plead responsible to the disregarding a traffic control device, I will fine you. I will offer you a blockading traffic for that matter. And for the no insurance, proof of insurance, I will offer you a blockading traffic in that matter. Those will be $175 a piece. And for the, what we'll do is for the, and I only think this is fair. I was inclined to give you some money back, and you still may get some money back, but for the license improper, I'm gonna say that you plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed person to drive. Now, what that means is that's a misdemeanor, but I'm going to take that misdemeanor under a 3-month delayed sentence, and I will go one step further. I will dismiss that misdemeanor upon payment of the $240 that I'm going to fine you for that misdemeanor. So you won't have a misdemeanor at all on your record if you meet that obligation. It appears that you're going to have some money coming back. It appears that you're going to you put up a bond for this matter in an amount of $100. So it appears that you might not have to pay anything. But I'm going to let my clerk enter that stuff in the system if you want to take that deal, and that'll be resolve everything in this. You can resolve this matter with no abstraction to the Secretary of State. You can resolve this matter with no points on your license, and you can resolve this matter with no misdemeanor at all.
Okay.
Would you like to take that deal, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mrs. Baird, is that fair enough for your client?
Sounds good.
All right. Now, can you raise your right hand, please? The other right. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by taking this deal, you're going to give up that right to a trial?
Yes.
And has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
Okay, ma'am, let me draw your attention to back to May 8th.
Yes.
2019 at around 5:03 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Madeline and Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have an occasion on that day to be pulled over by a Detroit police officer, ma'am?
No. I was going to pick up my brother from school.
You had it. You remember being pulled over by a Detroit police officer on that day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On that day, were you asked to provide a valid driver's license?
Yes.
And you couldn't do so, could you, ma'am?
No.
And why was that?
I only had proof of the driver's skill test certificate and my ID.
Is that because you didn't have a valid driver's license at the time, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, very well. I'm going to accept your plea to the amended count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. I'm going to take that plea under a 3-month delay. I told you that I'm going to take it one step further. I'll dismiss immediately upon payment, so you don't have to worry about having a misdemeanor on your record.
Thank you.
Let's get this out the way now. Maybe if my clerk can do all of the information now, we can see if you can have see if you have any other responsibility. So, Madam Clerk, we have a situation here where Ms. Lyles has paid money for this ticket. That ticket is going to be amended to a blocking traffic. Set aside the on this one. And we'll amend to blocking traffic. $175 for this thing. So she's already paid $240 in that matter, and it looks like $175 in that matter. So that matter is going to be a wash. This matter, she paid the $190 on that, so that'll be a wash. I mean, that's gonna be, and then this matter here, we're going to allow her to plead to the amended count of allowing an unlicensed person to drive. She'll have to pay $240 for that matter.
Why don't we just do whatever she did, so she doesn't come out?
Well, I'm trying to, but it doesn't look like, okay, just set the fee at that.
Yeah, you can set it. And are we dismissing the no insurance?
The no insurance, we took responsible, we didn't go through the rest of it. If we dismiss the no insurance, then she'll get some money back then, if you want to do that.
Right, because that's the one who's just going to work.
I said both of them blocking traffic. So
okay.
Let's go back to that. All right, let's go back to that. Give me the no insurance ticket. Okay, ma'am, and let me have, you don't have to give me both of them. I'll just write this on. Let's continue that. Let me also ask you, ma'am, were you driving on that date and time a 2008 Jeep? Ms. Lyle?
Yes, I was.
Okay, ma'am, and in that 2008 Jeep, did you get pulled over for disregarding a traffic control device?
Yes.
Okay, and you got pulled over for that because you actually did disregard that traffic control device. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna find you responsible for that in the amended count of blocking traffic. And I'm gonna fine you $175 in that. So she paid $175 for the traffic control device, so that's a wash. We'll just set aside that plea. We will amend that to blocking traffic.
Okay.
All right, and then that'll fine her $175. She's paid $175. You won't owe anything on it.
Okay.
On this one here, we're gonna allowing an unlicensed person to drive, we'll fine her $240 on that. We'll take it under a 3-month delay. We will also dismiss immediately upon payment, which I think we can get all of that done right now.
Okay.
And then on that, we're gonna let that go. That's just an expired plate, so that's done. She's already paid that. And on this one, instead of pleading the responsible, we'll dismiss this matter. And you can use that money to apply to her $240. And she has a bond sitting here with $100. So I'm gonna waive any warrant fee and hold her responsible for the reinstatement fee of another $45. So it appears that with the bond, 285 minus the 100 minus the what is that expired plate? 190 or is that 240?
190 expired plate.
No, what is that on the, I'm sorry, what is that on the note of insurance? 240?
Oh, 240.
You paid the 240 on the, no, on this one.
Which one? This one? No insurance, 240.
Okay, we'll dismiss that. So basically, what you have here, that 240 will cover that. The $100 bond will cover that. it seems like you'll get $65 back at some point in the mail now, if my math is correct.
Okay.
And I go through all that stuff, ma'am, because I see you're young. I don't want you coming back in here with this again. I'm going to need you to start being more cognizant of your driving and following the rules of the road. I haven't sent you to Michigan Defensive Driving Course, which you probably should take anyway.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I understand that you're trying to be responsible. You're in school. You did pay these things, and you're trying to stay on top of it. And then I know that things happen too. But I applaud your dad for staying on top of you. He seems like he's done a fine job, and your mom, if she's still with you. But at the end of the day, I applaud them for that. I'm glad you listened to your dad when he tells you to do something, and that's why the court is recognizing those things, and we're doing what we did today. Okay.
Thank you.
The overriding thing, ma'am, is to stick to the agreement. And when you get these civil infractions, if you get caught speeding or something, take the time and use the system to its advantage, because you're signing up for points, and it's automatically going to cost you more money. And in the end, it just costs more money when it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Right. Okay.
Are we all set? If there's nothing further, ma'am, you can go online and look to see if you have any more obligations. I'm going to leave that up to you to be responsible in doing that. And it appears to me that you have some kind of money that's going to come back. It's going to take a while. It's going to come in the mail, and it's probably going to come back to the address that you had. But I'm sorry, but within that, I still have to, the remaining fee that I still have is the $45 for the reinstatement fee. I think that the money that you have coming back is going to take care of all that. So okay. At the end of the day, take this number down.
Okay.
313 965
yeah
5228.
Okay.
And what you'll do is, give my clerk about 20 minutes to enter all this stuff in. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tell them to apply the bond to any of your remaining tickets. If you have any of your fees that you have, and they'll do that. Hopefully they'll do that immediately, and we'll waive the warrant cost again. You know that. Okay. And then you should have some money coming back, but it's going to be your responsibility to check your name to make sure that my math is correct, because I'm just giving you what I just figured out in my head. It may not be exactly right. It'll be entered into just like we agreed to, but it may not be exactly right on the numbers. So you check that on your own. If you don't have any further questions, are you registered to vote, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you don't have any further questions, ma'am, then I hope you learned something today, and please be safe. It's going to be an order that you graduate from college.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be an order, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I was out of San Francisco for the first time a couple of months ago. I've never been to San Francisco, but it's a nice city. Okay?
Very nice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, very well. And if there's nothing further, have a good day. Tell your mom and dad we said hi.
You as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. Mr. Latham?
Yes, Judge.
I appreciate your patience, man. You had to go through all that.
No problem, Judge.
All right. Let's talk about, okay, how far are you away from getting a license, Mr. Latham?
Sir, that's what I was trying to explain. Ms. Langston said I can try to put in an appeal because I've never had a license and they suspended them. So I have to try to put an appeal, or Because when I do pay, like, because this is like technically my first ticket again. If I pay this and I go to the Secretary of State, it says that I can't because it's been suspended. That's why she said I have to get an appeal. But I have truly been trying to work on it so I can stop getting tickets in my vehicles. And I haven't even been driving lately. I haven't been. Look,
That's the best way to get. Hey, that's the best way to stop getting tickets.
I haven't been driving, Judge. I honestly haven't.
I know, but and I'm gonna say this: the one time, and that's if I believe you on the one time, Mr. Latham, you got that car sitting there, and you're gonna try to tell me that the only time you drove it was when you were in pain and had to go to get some pain medication. That's what you're telling me. But I'll take your word for it. But you got to be one of the unluckiest guys in the world to drive that car one time and get pulled over. Right?
Yes, Judge.
Pull Mr. Latham's driving record, please. When you, I know you got, can you do two? Can you do those?
Oh, I'm done with her.
Okay.
I always pay all of my tickets off so I cannot have that on my head. And I've been trying to get a license.
Mr. Latham, stop. You still admitting to driving all the time.
No, I haven't been driving. I'm saying I'm trying to fix all of my matters so I can get my license so I can drive. That's what I'm trying to say, Judge.
What about this $285 from Mrs. Lyles? It's not supposed to be that much.
$45 in statement fee?
Yes, and the $240, but she's gonna use some of that money that she got in one case dismissed and apply it to that.
Right, they have to do it downstairs, unfortunately. I'm gonna run it down anyway to make sure that they're aware of what.
So that's one dismissed and they'll have to give her a refund downstairs.
Right. Yeah, I have to let them know what happened in court, but I know they're gonna call me anyway. You know.
We need to hurry up because she's probably gonna do that. And I told her.
And that's.
I guess anything that she pays will be refunded to her. Okay, let's get Mr. Latham. See what he needs to do to get a driver's license. I'll tell you what, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
You want me to put up here right now, wait till we're finished with the document.
Yeah, just wait, we'll get this done in time. Okay. I see an accident. I see two accidents. Recently. You didn't get a ticket for these accidents? Or are you gonna exercise your right to remain silent? Your phone is messing up again. So how can we help Mr. Latham? I kind of like Mr. Latham. He doesn't come off as a liar. He doesn't really have that bad of a driving record.
What's the offer?
Failure to display, dismiss the other two, and no insurance, no plate. He said that he got insurance afterwards, allowing an unlicensed person to drive. All right. There it is.
And that should help the Secretary.
Secretary of State, so you can get your driver's license quicker. Mr. Latham, you there?
Yes, sir.
You better get this connection right because you're going to let this deal go by the wayside because of your phone. All right. Mr. Latham, man, you have,
Car, someone's driving me back.
all right, I understand. Listen, I'm taking a liking to you, Mr. Latham, and the most important thing is that I believe that you're an honest person.
Yes, sir.
You're a mannerable man. You're a mannerable person as well, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to plead to allowing an unlicensed person to drive. You heard me speak with Mrs. Lyles, I think, about the implications or lack thereof of allowing an unlicensed person to drive, right? Do you want me to explain it to you?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so allowing an unlicensed person to drive is really one of the best things going in any court because it's a misdemeanor, but that misdemeanor, I'll allow you to plead guilty to that misdemeanor, and I will take it under a 3-month delay, and I'll even dismiss the ticket immediately upon payment. So you won't even have a misdemeanor. But well, another thing that it does is it allows you to plead to something that's not going to abstract to the Secretary of State. So you don't have a misdemeanor on your record. You don't even have, there's no abstraction, and you don't even have a misdemeanor if you pay the fine. Because if you pled to the failure to display, then you wouldn't be able to go at all to the Secretary of State for at least another month. So I don't know what you need to do to get your license, but I know that this is going to help you out. That if you can get it quicker, sooner rather than later, if you meet any other obligation that you have. Would you be willing to accept that offer, sir, to clear these matters up?
Yes, Judge.
I'm gonna fine you $240.
Yes, Judge. As long as I can have some time to pay, I will give y'all $240.
Okay. We already took his information as a factual basis to pleading to the failure to display. I'm going to amend that plea, and I'm going to allow you to plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, and I'm going to fine you the same $240, but this matter will be under a 3-month delay, and I'll take it one step further, and I will dismiss immediately upon payment. So you got it. Even if you take the whole 3 months, which is going to be October 25th, 2021, pay by, or dismiss immediately upon payment.
Oh, yes, Judge.
Okay, so do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
You have 3 months to pay it. I would suggest that you pay this. You skip going to Starters, and go get you some ramen noodles, and pay this as soon as possible, because the sooner you pay it, the sooner it'll be dismissed off your record. And you won't have to worry about it, because Mr. Latham, if you get caught driving again, then I'm going to cancel this out, and you're going to be back on the hook for the original ticket, and I'm not going to have any mercy for you anymore. So if you pay it, it'll be dismissed, and if you get caught again, then it'll just be like you're going to be get an opportunity to relitigate that ticket the new ticket that you would have. So I want to see you pay it sooner rather than later, but you have at least until October 25th, 2021. I'm gonna set this for a review on that date. If you have it paid, Mr. Latham, then you don't have to show back up. If you don't have it paid, you're gonna have to come in and give us some reasons why you wouldn't stop going to starters. You understand that? With the stipulation of probable cause, Counselor, I'll dismiss the other two.
So stipulated.
All right, Mr. Latham, if you understand everything, if you don't have anything further, sir, then you have a very good day. Be safe out there, you and your driver.
Yes, sir. I have one question, Judge.
Okay.
Can you give me the date again that I have to pay it? Because I'm gonna pay it before that, but how long?
October 25th. You're gonna come back to court if you don't have it paid on October 25th. I want you here on that date. I set it for a review. If you have it paid, try this. That's 3 months from now, Mr. Latham.
No, I'm gonna try to have it paid like in the next 2-3 weeks, if possible.
All right, but if you don't have it paid, then you come back October 25th and see me again. If you do have it paid, you don't have to come back October 25th. We're gonna set that for a review.
Okay, my next question, Judge, what could I do to try to get my license so I can stop having these encounters?
Well, go pay the ticket and then you'll go to Secretary of State. I don't know, it doesn't seem like you have anything else out there in other jurisdictions. Then, you'll be able to take a driving test and you'll be able to, and hopefully you pass that driving test and you'll be able to get a license. But that's gonna be between you and the Secretary of State. I did everything I'm gonna do for you today, sir. You got a very good deal. That phone's terrible.
Did you hear me, Judge?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I was saying because the Secretary of State, well, Miss Langston told me that my license was suspended until sometime next year, but she also as well said I never had a license, so how could they suspend it? That's why she recommended.
They can suspend your license. See, you have a license number down here. Once you got caught driving that first time without a license, that automatically generated a license number for you. So they can suspend your license. Your license is, you're eligible.
He has to take the driver's aid test, all that.
Yeah, you got to take the driver's test and all that, but you're eligible to get a license right now.
Well, I'm finna pay you, so I'm gonna try to pay you in a couple of weeks, so I could try to go into the Secretary of State or whatever and take my test and try to get my driver's license because I have kids and I have a medical problem. So it'd be times I have to drive.
I won't even say that you need to even pay this court right away. It seems that you're. He's gonna pay it. I think he's gonna pay it. It doesn't matter. As long as he gets a license and he can pay it in 3 months. It seems like he's got it says reinstatement. It seems like you can go right now and get a license, sir.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Pay that money.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna pay that money.
Right. If there's nothing further, Mr. Latham, you have a great day, sir. Be safe out there.
I'm gonna pay you and I'm gonna get my license.
Yeah, and come back and show us.
I got you.
All right, now.
I'm I'll personally walk in and tell him. What's your
All
name,
right.
Judge?
Judge Sean Perkins. And Mr. Latham, are
Judge
you?
who?
Judge Sean Perkins. Mr. Latham, are you registered to vote, sir?
Josh.
Are you
Yes,
registered
sir.
to vote?
Yes.
Okay. That's all. Just bring that license in. I'll see you when you get that license.
Thank you, Judge. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. You have a better one. Take it easy.
Is that your docket?
That's it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Have a good one. See you next time. Congratulations.
See you next time. Tell your sister to say hi.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Not have to sign out.
I'll kick you out.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
So, see you in the morning.
All right.